I go back to, these are people that have put their life in these small restaurants, and they put everything they've had. And I have to make sure 100%, I've proven before, we will do it in a heartbeat. But I have to see the evidence before I take someone's livelihood away from them and shut their lives down.
The reality of it is that Premier Doug Ford got that right, in that if they have another shutdown of a place like this or a place like Mulligan's in Mississauga, they're going to end up shutting them down permanently. There's employees that work here. There's people that have invested in these properties. It's their life.
Okay, I was very happy to hear Ford's comment about this. To punish an entire industry for a few bad apples when most of us are doing it right. There's been no staff or customers that have been tested positive for COVID here.
And it doesn't mean that it can't happen, but the fact that you've taken all these measures, it has worked.
Yes.
And you make sure people are...
Oh yes, some of my customers call me mom now because I'm constantly saying, wear your mask, sit down, don't behave.
They have done everything that they can think of to stay open and also to keep the place safe. And then there's people like owner of Mulligan's, Rick Hugglestone, who are just trying to hang on.
I'm as concerned as anybody about I have an older staff. I'm older. I don't want to get this, and I will do everything in my power to follow the rules and to ensure that people feel safe. It is serious. Don't get me wrong, but why isn't everyone being held to the same standard? Sanitizing stations in a restaurant everywhere and at every table, and our whole group does. But I don't see those at Costco. I don't see those they're at the front door, that's it. And you can put how many people in those? And you can only put how many people in here?
What's the reason?
Scapegoating.
Doug Ford has got it right the last couple of days in what he's been saying, but he's got to do a little more than that. He's got to stop scapegoating the restaurants and the pubs, because if you're not going to have the same rules for the big box stores, you shouldn't have it for the small businesses. And also, these are not big corporations, these are mom and pop operations, and they haven't had cases of COVID. So, this talk about closing them is insane. If you close them, they're not going to reopen. For the Toronto Sun, I'm Joe Warmington.